So I want to talk about a very simple way to stop overspending. And before I dive into that, I just want to give you a little bit of background as to how I used to be an overspender. Around, I would say, 2016, I had a pretty huge salary jump. And given that I had more money and Amazon Prime started to become really popular, it might have been more popular actually before 2016, but the point being is, with more money and me having Amazon Prime, I just started buying a bunch of shit. Like, it was so easy. I would find what I wanted online. I would click Amazon Prime that shit. 2 days later, what I wanted would be at my doorstep. And it was nice getting all that stuff, but I spent a lot of money. And the other thing I recognized about myself looking back is I am definitely an impulse buyer. When it came to stuff from Amazon Prime, I was very impulsive, so I ended up with a lot of very useless household appliances and items that I thought I would use, but I barely ever used, and later on I would just get rid of it. So that was kind of a very poor financial choice. I was also very much like an impulse spender when it came to food. So if I didn't do my meal prep, I would just go out and eat, and I would just keep going out to eat because then I get very lazy with like doing my meal prep. So it became like a downward spiral. And I'm also very impulsive. I was very impulsive when it came to buying clothes. I am human, contrary to popular belief. I'm not an android, so wanting to impress women and look good when I was single, that definitely was a thing where I was just like, okay, how do I do that? Let me just dress well. So when it came to fashion and buying clothes, I was also very impulsive when it came to all that shit, because then I was just like, I want to look good. That jacket looks like it. What do kids say nowadays? It looks like it slaps. Getting too old for that shit. But anyways, I would just buy clothes impulsively, and the thing that infuriated me, like looking back on all this stuff, is I'd buy all this stuff and I would barely ever use it. There's something called the Paretos Law, or 20/80 principle, where it says 20% of something is going to generate 80% of the outputs. So for example, like they say your wardrobe, you're probably only going to wear like 20% of your wardrobe for the most part, 80% of the time. And of course the numbers are not exact. It could be like 30/70/90/10 or 25/75. I can't do math. But the point being is, I found that to be very true. And I'm just like, I spent a lot of money impulsively on useless shit, and I could have really curbed that spending. So now, to avoid blabbing on and on, because I know that's a pet peeve in videos where they say like this person talks about their story for like 20 minutes and like the real advice starts at, 12 minutes in or whatever. So the advice I would give you to stop overspending, and it's a very simple, but I'm not saying it's an easy thing to do, is when you are tempted to overspend, or when you get that impulse to just whip out your wallet and buy something, give yourself permission to wait 24 hours. It's really simple. Just wait. Again, it may be difficult if you have a habit of jumping on your impulse to spend money, but give yourself permission to just wait on this decision. I found this to be very true when it comes to impulsive decision making and actions. In this case, we're talking about overspending, but also for me, even though you can't tell, there are times I overeat, or I used to overeat, and I wasn't even hungry. It's just like I would just keep eating and eating and eating, and later on I was just like, why do I feel so full? Like, why did I eat so much? And it's because I was very impulsive, and in the case of eating, came to just like getting more food and eating more food. But what helped me when it came to overeating as well as overspending is giving myself permission to just wait. So I found a lot of times, actually, when it comes to impulsive decision, in this case overspending, if you give yourself permission to wait, what happens is, number one, that impulse, that feeling you feel in your body, like the visceral feeling of I need to buy this thing or spend money to get this thing, and the perceived reward of getting that thing, if you wait, you give your body time to kind of just sort itself out and release that craving, or release that like feeling and urge. And the second thing is, it also allows you to be a little bit more rational. Like, do you really need that purchase? Now, here's the thing, like, if you really need that purchase, then no matter how long you wait, eventually it will be very clear to you that that purchase that you want to get is a good purchase. But generally speaking, if you're buying something impulsively and you wait, you're going to find out that you really didn't need that thing in the first place.